Today I would like to talk about labs. Hi, welcome. My name is Tina and I had traditional duodenal switch surgery on June 9th of 2020. I'm currently about 8 months out from my surgery. I've lost, as far as I know, hopefully I'll have another weight loss on Wednesday, but I've lost about 55 pounds, and I will put all my information, all the details about all that stuff in the drop box below, so you can check that out. Today I wanted to talk about the labs that we do before our surgery and after our surgery, and we do blood work, and so before I had my surgery, I went in, I think it was like the first month after I met Dr. Srikanth. He wanted me to have all these labs run. So I went to LabWorks and had all these, it's a lot. They take like 7 or 8 vials of blood. And then after my surgery, I had to do it again right before, so then they start you on a bunch of vitamins and a bunch of regimens like that. And then there was 3 months between my first meeting Dr. Srikanth and my surgery date. And so right before my surgery, I had another run of labs done. And then I've had them done every 3 months since that point. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I think there's a lot of misinformation about labs, and I've mentioned it before on my channel about how I was given one set of instructions from my surgeon's office, but that set of instructions wasn't specific to duodenal switch. It was actually for all of the surgeries, so it was more focused on RNY surgery or gastric sleeve surgery, and so the information wasn't correct. And so I just want to share some of the things that I've learned, and I also wanted to show you what the labs. Well, first of all, I'm in the process of doing my 9-month labs right now. So I went to the LabCorp yesterday, and I did all the blood work. And then they give you, this is one of the really gross things about our surgery, by the way. I mean, I think it's gross, but anyway, they give you this bag, and it has this really cool thing. Anybody know what this is? This is what you put on the toilet. So there's such a thing called a 24-hour calcium test. So in order to test your calcium in your body, they need to monitor your urine they need a 24-hour sample. So for 24 hours, every time you use the restroom, every time you go, pee, you put this on the toilet, and then you collect that urine, and then you put it in this super cool jug. And just kind of keep it by the toilet, and you do that for 24 hours, and then at the end of that, you take it back, and then they do their tests on it. And just to be totally honest with you, that's one of the things about my surgery, it's one of my least favorite things. And I know the first year it's every 3 months. I believe after the first year it's either 6 months, or I think I'm gonna hope that it's 6 months, because I really think that it needs to be monitored. I really don't want to lose my teeth, and I really don't want to have any deficiency in my body. I mean, I'm just too old to deal with any big issues like that. So I'm all for being monitored. I just think dealing with the urine thing is disgusting, but I'm trying to be a grown up about it. Anyway, so this is an example of the let's see. This is an example of my labs. So this, this is one, and it just has all of it has my address on it. It has all of your, so all of the things that they test. So there's all these codes, and who even knows what this stuff is, right? But I do know what some of it is. So I'll use this one. So this is my 24-hour urine test. This test was run, where is the date? This is August 8th. So this was my 6-month test. No, this was my 3-month test. My 3-month exam, and I always ask, they don't give you these, they don't give you the results. So I wanted to bring that up too, because it's really important to get all of your results, including the pre-surgery results. And I will explain that in a second. But so here's my 24-hour urine test. And it has the reference, so it should be between 47 and 462. And mine was 474. So mine was high. And then it has all of them. So it has hemoglobin, here, I'll show you how. This is all of the labs that they have to run. Mine were all fine, except for this page. So here's the second page. There's a lot more. Actually, there's anyway, I was high in LDL cholesterol, but not very high. I was low in iron, which is very bad. The reference, it's supposed to be between 250 and 450, and mine was 190. And I was high in B12, which is very good. I've always taken B12. I was high in TSH, not totally sure what that is, but I was high in it, so that's cool. I was low in phosphorus, but not hugely low. I was very high in ferritin serum, which is, I think that's because I take so many vitamins. I take a ferritin vitamin, specific ferritin vitamin, aside from the iron that I have a prescription for, because I was trying to retain my hair, which I think really worked. So my PTH, which is protein, what is supposed to be between 15 and 65, and it was 12. So my protein was low in this month. And yeah, so you have to take these tests. You have to be fasting. So I always try to do it really early in the morning, because I don't want to, I have a regimen, right? I have a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of fat, a certain amount, I'm drinking so much water, which water is fine, but I just have a regimen, and so I have to do these tests early, because you can't have any shakes or any protein or anything before you take the test. So it's kind of a struggle, but I always get there as soon as they open, and they usually see me right away. I appreciate that. Anyway, what I wanted to say about this is that when I initially started this journey, I just did the labs and didn't really worry about it, just, did what I was told. I want to say I have deep respect and admiration, and feel very, very confident in my doctor, Srikanth, and his surgical procedure, his process, how he does things. I think he's a great surgeon. I mentioned before, but I had a blood clot issue, and so he went back in the next day and helped and fix that. And he's just very, very thorough. And I've heard so many other people have really bad, bad things happen because things weren't done, extremely well. He's very meticulous, and he's very slow. He does the surgery very slowly, and I just think that's great. But and this isn't on Dr. Srikanth at all. It's not on anybody really. But they aren't the office that I go to, they're not really specific about duodenal switch. So they give you a brochure let me see if I can find it. No, I don't have it with me. They give you a packet of paperwork that is not duodenal switch specific. They give you a packet of paperwork that's more geared towards RNY, or gastric sleeve. And I didn't know that, but I was having, a few months after my surgery, I was having some weird things happening. My skin got really, really dry and itchy, and my arms were very itchy, and my skin was just gross, and my hair got really, really brittle and just terrible. And I've always tended on the oily hair side, oily skin side. So it was a big shock, and it was very clearly to me a result of my surgery. And so this is why I talk about Facebook groups, and I belong to several Facebook groups, and I like to talk to the old school duodenal switch veterans. There are people out there on these Facebook groups that have had this surgery for over 20 years that are more than willing to explain things to you and more than willing to help you. And I'm gonna write down. You can't link them. You have to try to get into the groups, and then they give you say why you want to be in, and they'll approve you. So it's not an open group. So I can't reference any of the specifics, but I can reference this. So one of the people in one of those groups who had her surgery probably over 20 years ago, she has done a lot of research on it. She's studied, she's taken classes, she's very, very smart about this surgery. And she gave me this. It has all of these nutrients that were tested on. This is one page. Or we should be tested on, or we are tested on. And I'm sure that I've been tested on all of these things. But so what they're suggesting is that you do your pre-DS information right here. So that's your baseline. So this is what your body normally would want, is your pre-DS levels, and then post-DS, and then it has different months. So every time you get a lab result, you put these numbers in here, and you can see where things are not right. And I'm not, I know that my Carly is the girl that I work with at my doctor's office. She goes through these labs, and she makes sure they're okay, and she helps me with my, vitamin regimen and all those things. But she's, she has a lot of patients that she's working with, and I feel like it's up to me to take a little bit of responsibility for it also. So I am looking at these things, and I'm plugging these numbers into this spreadsheet, and that's what I haven't done it yet, obviously, but I'm going to. But it's a lifelong thing. This isn't just the first year. This is forever. And so I just want to encourage you. I'm not going to put a link to this because it's not really mine, but if you're interested in this sheet, if you've had surgery and you're interested in this, let me know in the comments, and I will I'll do my best. But I just think it's really important, and I think it's really, I'm so happy that I took a chance and looked on Facebook for these groups, because where else am I going to talk to people that had duodenal switch surgery 20 or 30 years, 25 years ago? How am I going to meet those people? You just don't. So it's just a valuable information to me. I'm not saying that everything that they say is accurate. Sometimes people get on there and just say whatever, and I don't know. Humans are humans, and people are vocal on these platforms sometimes. But there are people on those boards that I really trust, and if you get on the boards, you'll learn who knows what they're talking about and who doesn't know what they're talking about. And so I just want to encourage anybody who's getting this type of surgery, or who has had this type of surgery, to get into these groups, because it's very important. I don't want to be sick, and I don't want to I don't know, the malabsorptive piece of our surgery is extremely unique. So it's not the same as RNY. RNY they cannot have, from what I understand, they can't have fat intake. The gastric sleeve, you're not supposed to, you still absorb fat. Duodenal switch surgery is the only one that I know of that you malabsorb fat. I mean, we malabsorb 80% of the fat that we eat, 80%. So we have to have fat. We have to have protein. Protein, fat, water are the most important things, and vitamins. So anyway, off my soapbox. I'm not going to get my lab results back from what I did yesterday until March. So I'm not going to have any results to talk about till then, but I just wanted to share the process and what that looks like. And it's, you know, I do it every 3 months now, so it's not weird anymore. I just thought somebody might be interested in knowing all this stuff. So not to scare anybody, it's you know, it's not, it took me about 20 minutes to get all these labs done, aside from the 24-hour urine, which is going to take me the rest of the day, but whatever, it's just the way it is. You get used to it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you for if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. Congratulations to the winners of my giveaway. I wish I could give everybody something. I wish I could, but I don't have that kind of, you know, I'm on a budget. Anyway, I will do more giveaways. I'm probably going to do another giveaway every time I want to reach another 100. So I'll probably have a 200 subscriber giveaway just because I like it. I really fosters a sense of community for me. I really love the interaction that I've had. I really appreciate people talking to me. It means a lot to me. So anyway, long video. I'm sorry. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.